What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Spiral Up Diaries, which is essentially just a video diaries where we talk about all things that are happening training-wise, project-wise, what's happening in my life, kind of like a video diaries. If you're listening to this, even if you're watching it, you might notice that I'm speaking quite softly. It is currently 4 in the morning on a Monday morning, and if you're a new listen to the show's only been, or this episode series, we've only been going for a couple of weeks, but I'm recording at 4 in the morning because it goes live at 5 in the morning. And typically what happens is I usually record this on a Friday or a Saturday and kind of do like a little weekly wrap up and wrap up the week. And the weekend was just crazy. Fun, crazy, and it is an excuse, but yeah, I just honestly didn't get to the point of recording it. We were out late last night and I realized that I just hadn't had a chance to do it. And so I don't know, I've got this thing where like I really struggle, and I hate saying, like, not doing things that I said I was going to do. I said that I wanted to record this every week and upload this on a Monday at 5 a.m. and usually we put the processes in place to do that. And this is just a really good learning curve of we missed the mark, so now we have to get up early and do it. I had to wake my girlfriend up at 4 in the morning. She's out on the couch, so she's not happy with me. But I think these are the things. I think it's really important to hold yourself to things that you said you were going to do. I think it helps build confidence within yourself. I think you learn to trust yourself a lot more. The only pushback I would say on that is like the ability to pivot, and when things are not aligning with what you need to do. If you need to pivot, pivot. But if you said you were going to do something because it means a lot to you, then do it. So anyway, welcome to the Spiral Up Diaries. I love this little weekly diaries entry. It's a really great way to summarize the week and actually like do a bit of reflection. So I actually encourage you guys to sit back and reflect the week that was. We do this thing called the rosebud thorn, which we'll do later on, about rose, something you love; bud, something you find interesting; and a thorn, something you hate. I would encourage you to do that with your partner, or a friend, or a work colleague. I used to have Friday afternoon drinks at an old work, and we used to do like a peak and pit, like highs and lows. So I would encourage that. I think that would be awesome. Anyway, the week that was, pretty unique opportunity. I got to be a part of Lincoln Grant's Capital to Coast run. So a run from Canberra to Sydney, over 1,600 kilometers. It was just incredible. He is currently at, I think, day 10. He's crossed over the 500 kilometer mark. He was roughing about 75 kilometers a day. There was a couple days there. Day 3 and 4 were actually really hard. He only got 50 kilometers and 60 kilometers in one day, which is still so incredible. However, he wanted to hit 75, and what he was saying, because he's had a lot of conversations with Ned, and he's obviously seen William Goulge do the exact same, like very similar crazy runs. And apparently on day 3 and 4, your body thinks that it's like dying, so it'll release all these like really painful chemicals, like you are gonna die. And then once your brain realizes that you're not going to die, it kind of like lets up and understands that you're going to get through it, and kind of helps it. Anyway, he was in a heap of pain, and I was just in awe of, like the standard thing, like what the human body is capable. I think I talk about this all the time. I think we constantly underestimate what we're capable of, and seeing Lincoln out there, crazy. My favorite part of that trip was like, there was one time where, because he's got the most incredible team out there with him, but there was one time where it was like myself on my bike, Katie, the nutritionist, Hunter, the filmmaker, were on the e-bike, Johnny, who was in his wheelchair with like a little scooter. We were all just out there running and scooting with Lincoln on this beautiful terrain. You can head to Lincoln Grant socials, or you can head to my socials, Keegan Hipgrave, and you can see all the content. It is insane. And Hunter is just capturing it so beautifully. I'll put their Instagrams below, but yeah, really beautiful run. He's raising money for Johnny. Johnny, one of the boys who was recently paralysed in a surfing accident a little while ago. I'll also put their link to donate below, because it is a really beautiful cause. I got a goal to raise $100,000. So essentially, it allows Johnny and Charlie to, I guess, like, invest into their home. They're struggling financially with that stuff. So I think it would be a really beautiful thing, and hey, I would appreciate that greatly. But the feed itself is incredible. I had to come home a little bit early, unfortunately, but yeah, it was really cool to be a part of that with Ling for the first half of the week. And then on the other side, it's really nice to be home, back into training. We are 8 weeks out from Ironman Busselton. I'm doing Western Australia. Excuse me, I'm still waking up with my little green tea here. I am doing Western Australia 70.3 Ironman in Busselton. It is my first ever 70.3. I've done an Olympic try before, and I've been, if you've been listening to this, I have been on the road for the last month, 6 weeks. So training's been a bit skewed, but I've got 8 weeks to dial in here, and I think I've had a nice little wake up call that, just got to get my shit together. So we're excited. It's all good and it's all exciting, and we're 8 weeks away. And I think this week I've really enjoyed the swimming component of the week. I did a ocean swim with Ryan Clark Whippet, who we've done a podcast with from Bondi Rescue. Was on Home and Away, but he's just obviously he swam the English Channel, which was just, I can't remember how long it was, but it was incredible. And so we swam with him. I swam with some mates in Tally Creek, and I think I always was a bit unsure swimming with mates, because you obviously can't talk to them when you're going through it. But regardless, like, lovely, like, really really nice. And I think that's a really great takeaway. Just to train with mates is the best. Podcast episodes that have been released. We had a beautiful conversation with Craig Alexander, Crowy, who is like a world champion when it comes to Ironman. He won Kona, which is Hawaii, which is one of the most beautiful, craziest Ironmans in the world. He is like the guy when it comes to Ironman. He is my Ironman coach, and we just sat down and we fleshed out his story. We fleshed out me getting into the sport, all the little intricacies of Ironman, and it was just beautiful. So I would encourage you, if you have any interest in Ironman, that's the one to listen to. Like, he is our guy. And so that was beautiful. We actually talked about his son. So one for the parents as well. His son had a spinal stroke, which left him with a few issues, and we wasn't even supposed to be a part of the podcast. It was sort of just us chatting at the back end of the podcast, but the mics were still on, and it was just a really beautiful, honest conversation. And I showed it to Crow, and I said, would you mind us keeping this in here? Because I think it would be really beneficial for a lot of parents who are listening to this podcast, or future parents. Because Crow was just like, I wish it was me. I wish, why did it have to happen to him? And then even all the shit about don't put my shit and my insecurities onto him, and he's probably he's got enough going on. So it was just, I don't know, really cool chat. So anyway, that's going live this weekend, and then I'm currently looking at my laptop because I'm trying to see which one is going live next weekend. Next weekend we have Tim Burkle again, Ironman. He actually won Busselton when he was fresh onto the scene. We did a really cool swim in Canberra Creek before leading to the Ironman. He's going next weekend, so that one will be freaking awesome. Now, to finish it up, Rosebud Thorn, I will keep this very quick. Rose, just being back, seeing all my friends. I've been on the road for 6 weeks, and then it was literally Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I got to see my family, got to have dinner with my sister and all of our family, got to see all of my favorite people. It was just beautiful. I had so much fun. I think that's the point. I honestly think that's the point. I think we get caught up in things just being so not tricky, but we just get caught up in work and life, and And I think the ability to be able to like just truly spend time with friends is awesome. I really filled my cup up, and I encourage you to do the same. Bud, Bud, if there was one thing that you take, if you're still listening to this, this is the one thing that I want you to listen to. I've bought a dumb phone. Incredible. It's a Nokia, I think it's like a 26020 or something like that. I could do a whole podcast episode on this alone. I have so much to say about this, but all I'm going to say is that we're going to do another podcast episode with me and my partner, breaking down why we are getting off our iPhones and why we are going to a dumb phone. I have so much to say on this. I'm not going to say it now, but we are implementing it. And I think today is going to be day one of using this thing. This afternoon, I'm going to put it together. Stay with me. I'll leave that. And thorn, see, I'm searching for thorns. Probably this, actually it's not a thorn because I guess it's a challenge because, you know, I would have loved this to be scheduled, you know, a day or 2 days ago, and now we're up at, you know, 3, 4 in the morning. I've already, like, I had to kick my partner out of the room and I am rushing to try and get this out the door. So, lesson learnt, but holding ourselves accountable. Guys, have the most beautiful week. I'm flirting with the idea of you guys sending in a couple questions that I might answer, like a voice memo questions, because we do this on the podcast. We do this thing where if I'm on a podcast, like I'll get a voice memo question from a friend, a family member, a partner, a teammate, and get the guest to answer it, and it's beautiful. They get the most amazing answers. And I think the crew who are listening to this episode are probably, I imagine you probably like the podcast. I imagine you probably know us more than anyone, especially if you're late into the episode. So I'm talking to you guys, the guys who are the OG fans. You guys are the OGs, and I fucking appreciate you guys so much. So if you have a voice memo question you want to send in, send it through, and I'll pick like the best, like 1, 2, maybe potentially even 3, and we're gonna play it on here. Send it to me via Instagram because that's probably the best. Yeah, that's it from me, guys. If you enjoyed this, like always, this might be the little reminder to hit that little subscribe button. Apologies, it's rushed. Apologies, it might not be the best articulated because it's 4 in the morning and I'm still having my coffee/tea. But hey, guys, appreciate you so much. Get after it. Let me know what you're up to. Hit me up. It's me behind the socials. So I'm really keen to connect with you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.